This story is terrifying. This is 19-year-old Natalie Renan from outside Chicago. She had just graduated high school in Illinois this year, and since early September, she and her mom Judith have been on a trip visiting family in Israel. And now, they haven't been seen or heard from since Saturday. That's when a group of Hamas terrorists blew through Israel's heavily fortified separation fence, crossing into the country from Gaza and going on a rampage, killing over 1,000 people and counting. It was the deadliest attack in Israel in decades. The New York Times reports Natalie and her mother were staying less than a mile from Gaza and are feared to have been abducted. They are two of the at least 20 Americans who are missing from the attack. 14 U.S. citizens have died, and more are thought to be being held by Hamas, presumably to be used as human shields or as bargaining tools for prisoner swaps. Since then, Israeli forces have been hammering the Gaza Strip for 5 days, cutting off all food, water, and electricity, and reducing entire neighborhoods to piles of rubble in what critics are saying is the punishing of the entirety of the population of Gaza, some 2 million people, for the terrorist attacks. If there's one winner in all the bloodshed between Israel and Hamas, it's the billion-dollar corporations who make all the weapons. As the United States has rushed to send money and weapons to support Israel, new shipments of advanced weaponry shown here have already arrived. The stocks of major defense industry companies like Lockheed Martin have soared. In fact, the whole industry has added some $23 billion in value in mere days since the terrorist attack over the weekend, according to the financial publication Barron's. That same article noted that both the Russian invasion of Ukraine last year and the Russian invasion of Afghanistan caused a similar boost to defense industry stocks. Yes, in a truly evil way, war is good for business. And where do those profits come from, you ask? You and me. Lockheed Martin got $45 billion from the federal government last year alone. That's twice the amount of money it would take to make all school lunches free every year, but sadly poor kids, unlike defense contractors, don't have, quote, lobbyists in our deeply corrupt, immoral system.
Pray for those people that's having to go through this type of destruction for their city, just because people can't get along to think that they own something that they can just attack, as that word say, and destroy things that people live there. Like, it's so much negativity going on in this world, man. It's scary, because all you see and hear about is this happening. Just so much in this world is going on. And it just seemed like it's just getting more crazier and crazier as the world go on.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
So the asshole really did call you, huh?
Yes.
Good.
What's going on?
Last fucking dog jumped on me. Afterwards, I kicked him in the ass.
You kicked
Okay?
You kicked
So
who?
what would you like to discuss?
What's the story?
What's the story? I asked the man why he had the dog in here. It's a service dog. Where's this chopper? Where's this proof? I don't have to show you. The law says I don't have to. I said, well, we'll go up to the desk then. I don't have to show them either. I said, because he's not a fucking service dog. And then the dog jumped on me. So I turned around and I kicked him in the ass.
You have your ID on you?
He then presented this thing. I don't do this. I don't show this to people. But here's this thing. I said, shove it up your rear.
Okay, he doesn't have to. Number one, you don't work here. It's not your right to be asking around.
It's not my right?
No, it's not.
Oh, well, here.
I don't need your debit card. I need your ID.
Why not? You're going to give me a ticket.
As a matter of fact, you are going to jail.
Oh, that's even better.
Yep. So, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Give me.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Oh, wait. Can I put my wallet away?
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
This story out of Maryland is tragic. These are 15 and 17-year-old cousins Serenity Selman and Dartrell Byers. They were hanging out at Serenity's house on Friday when two friends picked them up in a Kia Sorento around 7 p.m. What they didn't know? That car had been stolen earlier in the day. The owner of the car says 5 people approached him around 1 a.m. Friday and held him up at gunpoint, demanding the keys to his car. He gave him the keys and ran. Police spotted the car later that day and tried to pull it over for having expired tags. But the driver wouldn't stop and led police on a chase. Police ultimately lost sight of the vehicle. Shortly after that, a witness told police the car passed them on the shoulder before crashing into a tree. Sadly, the car caught fire and all 4 teens inside died. The identities of the other 2 have not been released, but the family identified Serenity and Dartrell.
We're at a loss for words, completely. I mean, you know, they were innocent babies. They were babies. No one was grown that was in that car. No one.
Witnesses nearby tried to save the teens in the car, but the fire was too intense. The whole thing is still under investigation.
Man, I feel bad for them kids that was in that car. As we look at how bad that was, man, that was so bad. You could just know they was in pain. I mean, man, why do y'all kids steal cars and do stuff like this for, man? What is the whole point of it? I don't understand. Yeah, you want to go for a ride with your friends, but when you get caught, you're not that skilled. You're not that skilled or experienced to be doing high-speed pursuits. I mean, even skilled people don't have accidents. So what that tells you, don't do stuff like that. But sending condolences to the family, man.
This video out of Oklahoma City is crazy, and we warn you, it might be hard to watch. It all starts when an off-duty cop was flagged down by a person who reported a man had just pointed a gun at him. That man was 31-year-old Reginald Davis, who had reportedly previously been in jail. When the body cam picks up, the off-duty officer calls for backup, and while he's waiting, Davis fires off a round of shots.
Hey, he just shot off a round.
When officers arrive and catch up with him, they try to de-escalate the situation, but Davis refuses to drop his weapon, which he's holding in his hoodie pocket.
Hey, what's your name, bud? What's your name, bud? We do not want to hurt you. It's in his hand. It's in his hand. See, he's moving it back and forth. Hey, it's in his right hand.
I got something for you, mother.
Don't do it. Do not do it, man. We do not want to hurt you, okay?
The guy keeps it up, shouting obscenities at the cops.
He's got the gun in his right hand, but it's in. See, it's a long barrel sticking out the. We don't want to shoot you, okay?
The standoff continues for a while, and the cops start to move in, as the guy says he won't go back to jail, and they'd have to kill him.
Hey, put your hands up and turn around. Put your hands up and turn around.
I'm not going back, bro.
All right.
At this point, cops decide to use less than lethal force and pull out a beanbag shotgun.
We're not here to hurt you, okay? Beanbag, beanbag, beanbag!
When he's struck by the beanbag, things take a turn.
Get on the ground!
The guy reaches for his gun, and a gun battle ensues. Then, he disappears.
I can't see him. Is he in front of the Dodge or what? Back up, back up, back up. He's in between the 2 vans.
From this other angle, you can see the guy reach for his gun more clearly and go to point it at the officers.
Hey, calm down, man. We're not here to hurt you, okay?
Officers finally subdue the guy and take the gun from him.
I got the gun.
He was brought to a hospital, and while being treated for his wounds, he tried to escape from the officers by running out of the hospital, but was quickly taken into custody. He was arrested for 6 counts of pointing a firearm, discharging a firearm, being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, and attempting to escape custody. The officers were placed on a routine administrative leave pending investigation.